Hello, hello, hello everyone. I am popping on today to do an Inspired by Memories challenge. And today's video is about the color yellow. So the last one I did was red and this one's yellow and I think next one's pink. And there are these fun rules that go along with it. So I have to choose from these options right here. And I'm going to, there we go, that way in case you wanted to be able to do a screenshot. So I think I'm going to use the one that says a minimum of 5 different examples of this week's color, which is yellow, in all media types. There's paint, paper, textiles, stitching, stamping, stenciling, watercolors, basically anything goes. So I need 5 different kinds of bits to make up my background. Now let me show you the next part. I'm going to kind of use this sketch, and I say kind of because it's so rare that I really use a sketch to its exact look. And this is one that Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life is doing this month. This is her first sketch. And I might be bouncing along with her sketches. I've done that before and I loved the way it felt. All right, next thing to show you. This right here, let's see which way I want to have it. This right here is in my planter on my front porch. Somebody has hijacked it. And there are 4 absolutely gorgeous eggs in there. And the young lady that put them in there put 1 a day. And now I'm just watching to see what friends will pop out. And the funny thing is it's not a true robin's egg blue. This is a deep, dark, gorgeous blue. So I like that. So next for my supplies, and I don't know exactly where I'm going with it, I have this kit here. And the kit is from Citrus Twist Kits. And I got it just a while ago. It's from this year. And the predominant color in it was yellow. I mean, it's yellow, yellow, yellow. So I have a few of these great little sequiny bits. They're not true sequins. It's kind of like acetate confetti. We'll see what I do with those. So that would be a yellow piece. Paper for my yellow piece. I have these stickers that are kind of like washi, but they're actually stickers. That's a cool yellow piece. So that would be 1, 2, 3. For my 4th, I could use this Yay right here, which is an acetate, or not acetate, acrylic, super heavy. This is just stickers. I have a tag that's in yellow here. I could stamp. This stamp set came with it, so stamping in yellow ink, I have to hunt some of that down, could be a piece. Probably some splatters, so I think I'll get to the 5 just fine. So that's interesting to see how that goes. And if I can use up any stash, that is even better. I do love to get busy working on adding and adding and adding and adding. So I don't know which way I'm going to go with it. I really loved the idea of using yellow and some tealy turquoise blue stuff. So we're going to see how that goes. Not quite sure, but I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the next part because this challenge makes me have to keep stopping and starting and running around trying to find more bits that I can use to put in. So here we go, everybody. Wish me luck. All right, y'all. So this one's kind of funny. I knew I had a ton of yellow supplies. I don't seem to use yellow supplies often, which is probably why I have a ton of yellow supplies. So I'm a little discombobulated for a little bit. I start auditioning all kinds of different papers to go with my photo. And I mean, in the end, it really doesn't matter. I pick one of these yellows. I just ended up really picking this directional yellow one right here. It looks like giant chevrons or arrows or however you want to, call that. It's just one of my favorite things that if you have one photo, when it directionally tells you where to go with it, that's great. And the other thing about this background paper is that it is multiple tones of yellow because I do end up using an absolute bunch of different shades. So the paper I'm cutting into here, I think this is supposed to be going into a traveler's notebook kind of thing for this collection. I just ended up turning it into a, oh my, what's the name? What is the name? I give it a fishtail. There we go. All right, and then the next thing I end up doing here is I use 2 of these yellow toned cut apart cards, and I'm going to use them on the same layout. The one says happy, the one says smile. I leave them in a block, and I just make that part of my pattern paper area right here. And, you know, I'm trying my very best to keep it in frame, and I'm still at this point considering the sketch as if I'm ever going to follow one well. This kit had from Pretty Little Studio, it had some little tags, and I ended up using all 3, so I get all excited when I use up a package. And then I saw that there's a background, the packaging in that package was rainbow colors, and I'm getting this little collection to the side, it's kind of to the left of my desk in one of my Rascogs, of little rainbow bits when I see them here and there, because at some point Inspired by Memories is going to have, I think the last week it's supposed to be rainbow themed, so I'm not actively looking for rainbow themes, but I am definitely putting things aside as I run across them. So if I can use packaging, all the better. Those little bows right there are these like suede feeling little bows by Paige Evans, and I had a couple of those. And I think that little acetate dimensional heart is as well. I'm not sure, but I think it is. The bin I'm looking through right there is I have, like, I'll call it 2.5 bins of things I want to get used up. And I just keep them to the left of me, and every layout I do a quick rifle through them to see if I can get anything used. And I'm starting to audition things in all different areas. The happy and smile cards will end up staying there, as well as that cutout, that really great cutout floral piece that will stay on the right as well. And so I went on a hunt to try to find 3 different types of liquidy painty things. So I have an acrylic paint there, I have a Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I think I have a Vibes. I know the Color Shine is in butter. I'm not quite sure on the other 2, but I will end up using those. And I also found a Tim Holtz Distress ink in Squeezed Lemonade that will come into play in just a little bit. So what you see me doing there is I took a photo really quickly of my layout as it is right now, because I kind of liked how I have the layering there. Now it's time to get a couple things down. I did go ahead and map my photo in just a piece of scrap white, and I have my banner piece on, so I'm trying to get like the meat of the layout at least attached down. The doily on the right was just a scrap piece that I had in those little bins of goodies that I said that I like to use up. So that's kind of peeking out, giving me a little bit of white space. And I did go ahead and take off the dimensional adhesive that's on the back of that bow because it's super dimensional as it is. So I didn't need another, whatever it is, 3 millimeters of adhesive to pop it up. Now on this little viney bit, I only put a dot of adhesive on like 4 little tiny spots. So it still had movement and I could still tuck things if I wanted to. So this is where I go ahead and decide to start adding all my splattery bits, and there's no reason why I'm putting them in any particular order. So here I am. I have my butter Color Shine, and it's super little. I think I won that from Heather at Heather Crafted Life along the way. She sent me a little prize pack of some of her favorite things, and I think that's from that. This one is that really nice gold Vibes. Wish I could remember the color at the top of my head, but I can't. The nice thing about it is it's giving me, I have tone on tone. I have the yellow background paper, and have these different medium in yellow, but they're all gonna look like different hues of yellow. So it keeps it just a little more interesting. I use my paint dauber just on a piece of scrap plastic there, and then, or packaging, whatever, and I added some water just to make it move around a little tiny bit more. It's gonna dry nice and opaque though, which is kind of cool because my other mediums, yeah, you can see through them pretty well. So I am gonna go ahead and do a moment of the packaging technique as well, using up some of the that extra paint I have there, just because I'm not a big fan of wasting things, so we'll do that. So it's time to get a little bit of stamping on, and I think I said that I am using Squeeze Lemonade, and I have this tiny cute little star stamp that I'm doing yellow on yellow. So you can see it, but it's not super obvious, and it's adding just a little more texture. So I ended up really, really liking the tone on tone. And I have a feeling I'll be doing a whole lot more of that in the future. And yes, full disclosure, I'm terrible about cleaning my stamps, cleaning my brushes, cleaning whatever. So the poor things suffer being a part of my crafting world. It's just how it is. I do end up using all three of these paper strips on this layout, and I end up having to argue with them a little bit, but I do get all three on there, and it always feels good to use up supplies and give myself just a little bit more of fun with the feel and the dimension. It's also increasing the size of my block here. I put half of this sticker on the top, middle-ish, and then I put half on the bottom of it. I just tear it, it's not cut. So that is good. And then I start working on getting these little tag bits on. And I really just layer them up, not anything fancy. I had to rip off the bottom of the yellow one because I needed to get it crammed in there. And I don't end up using that piece. I think I might even throw that piece away. It's a big deal. So these acrylic pieces are kind of cool. Yes, it's yellow, and it's supposed to be superhero-y, I think. Not really like a cute little set of birdie eggs, but this is just the way the layout's going. Anyway, it's kind of frosty, the acrylic piece, so you don't end up seeing my adhesive on the bottom of it. So I have these Paige Evans rub-ons that are also part of those bins of using up different things, and I do add the rub-ons here and there. I argue with a few of them, trying to get them off the backing, but that's okay. So yeah, in no particular order, I just wanted to add a little bit more color in different places on my layout. So I'm attaching my ever so dimensional little Paige Evans. It's this great butter yellow color, and that little bow, I mean, you want to kind of keep feeling it. It's like the softest suede, kind of like a new chamois. Yeah, I know that's a little odd. Anyway, it does come out super soft. It's fabulous. And I use this Hello die cut here. It's going to be part of my title. And my title will read, Hello New Friends. Voila, it's on. All right, so that's on there, and now I'm at the point where I just have to find little bits and pieces to start completing my layout. So the rest of this is pretty simple stuff. I have, gosh, is this from Studio Calico? I have these kind of odd little epoxy words and squares, so I go ahead and do my best to find a place to put them. I think I only end up using a square one on the bottom there, but I do end up using from Studio Calico 3 of those tiny little yellow stars, which is fun. And then from my click kit here, I used a few of they're like a really pale gray, so it's an absolute neutral, didn't really matter what color they were, it's just a little textural bit. And I use some of these cute little puffy words from the kit as well in a couple of different places, which ends up making it fun. Just a couple little words. no big deal. And then I have these confetti pieces, and I do use the 3 yellow ones that I have left. I found this little die cut geotag in, guess what color, everybody? In yellow. So I decided that well, it's not like it needs that much description of where it's from because it's right outside my front door, but you can use a geotag on anything because every single thing has a location, right? So I'm just about finished up with this. So if you could, go ahead and watch to the end. I end up blabbing just a little bit more. I like to come back live and let y'all know how I was feeling when I was working on it. Oh, at the last second, I found these. I had 3 of these Jen Hadfield super dimensional, they're super dimensional layered die cuts, and it does really do this great job at finishing it off, like in a way that it like makes it come together just a little bit more. So I have dimensional elements on top of dimensional elements, and 3 little sets of these yellow vellum word stickers, and voila, let's go live. All right, y'all, I am done. As you can see, my layout does not look anything like the sketch. Bravo me for being consistent with that. I did end up using a minimum of 5 different examples of this week's colors in all media types. So I've got stamping. I stamped yellow hearts with I have this cute little star heart with squeezed lemon distress ink. I have sticker washi. I have got yellow bits here and there in different rub-ons. I've got vellum tiny word tape. I have acrylic. I have die cuts. I've got yellow in this great little Paige Evans suede feeling bow. These are epoxy puffies. It's all kind of going on here. I mean, I think this is also Paige Evans, these great little hearts. So there's yellow on yellow on yellow on yellow on yellow. So that is that. I'm going to go ahead and get this layout uploaded as soon as I can. I like the way it turned out. There's a ton of yellow, but the bright tones in the photo kind of bring it going into different directions. So I hope you like it. Feel free to like and subscribe and all that stuff on my channel right down there, and leave me a comment because I love to hear from you. It makes my day to meet all of my new friends. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.